So, the rules. What are they? Rule number 1. You're not allowed, or I'm not allowed, to use the Bloodhound's Fang throughout this entire playthrough. Why? Because I've used it before and I've literally beat every single boss in the game with the Bloodhound's Fang. The annoying thing is, it was on a different account, so I don't have the recordings to prove it otherwise, but you're gonna have to believe me. Rule number 2. I cannot, at any means, hopefully, I cannot level any stat until I've reached an interval of 10 or specific weapon requirements. And speaking of weapon requirements, here are the rules regarding that. Rule number 3. This one's for those who already have the knowledge of Elden Ring, and you know there are a lot of weapons in this game. With that being said, I have to pick one weapon and I can't use it until I meet said requirements to use the weapon. And to add a little bit of sugar on top of that annoyingness of sweetness, I have to complete the game using the weapon, so I have to pick very wisely of the many weapons I have in my arsenal. Rule number 4. I cannot, under any means necessary, use any armor in the game unless I have the full armor set. So if there's a shop that sells a whole set of armor, or I look it up and figure out where I'm getting these armor sets from. But with that being said, rule number 5. I'm only allowed to look up armor set locations and weapon locations. That means looking up no boss weaknesses, no weapon stats to be specific, or no tips from the wiki. What can I say? That's a bit self-explanatory if you ask me. And the final rule of the game, which is going to make exploring a whole lot more annoying. I'm not, under any circumstances, allowed to use stat buffing talismans. These I'm going to be very specific about. I can't use these yellow ones, these disgracefully looking eyeballs, but I can use these other ones. Okay? Okay, now let's get into the game.